In this first episode of Real Talk, I spoke with Kristina. She's a Ukrainian volunteer who joined the fight in the first days of the full-scale invasion. She was originally a medic and is now a drone pilot in the Riders Drone Squadron of the 112th Territorial Defense Brigade. She's working on the front lines to save lives and protect her team. We talked while she was in a bunker on the front line somewhere on the real war conditions. You'll hear her voice, her story, and her strength. This conversation shows the heart, the resilience, and the courage of those defending Ukraine every single day. Let's get into it. Kristina, I'd love to hear your story. Before the war, what was your life back then, and who were you back then?
It was quite strange, and on the one hand, fantastic, because I had really nice career in marketing, and I had lots of work with non-governmental organizations and lots of projects. Um, well, I used to be in youth city council. I used to work for the city, for the country, on the country level, with youth in youth politics, and also lots of work in marketing. But at the same time, my career had started at 2014, so when the first stage of war has started. And I was the one who wanted, to go to the war in 2014. Somehow I wanted to be a medic, a nurse, though I have specific education as a nurse or as a medic at all. But my son was 5 years old. I was already divorced, so I had to take care of my son those days, and so I chose to stay in civil life. I was trying to be an active citizen, doing my best for my country to stand in those dark times. But when 2022 came, so um, in 1 month before war, I wanted to start my own business. That was my crazy idea. I wanted to make a food delivery and to start feed people. But it's 24th of February 2022. I had a meeting with the chef, with the cook, and we had to think about menu. I went to that meeting and we were sitting looking at each other and like, well, like let's talk about this like a little bit later because it seems like news that the war has started. And he's like, yeah, like not a good idea for a new project now. And that's when my life divided into before war and after, because on the 24th of February 2022, I've decided to dive into the war and do my best to be useful during this war.
From the turning point when everything changed, what is the strongest memory that still stays with you and that you can't forget?
It was in February because I was in Kiev those days, and my son, who was 13 years old, he was in Kharkiv with his father. And he called me and said, like, Mom, I think we're gonna die. 'Cause it's like so heavy in here. It's like so hard in here in Kharkiv. I think we're gonna die. And like I was like, no, no, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Like I will do my best to prevent you from that. Though I was far, far away, like 450 kilometers away. And that was the worst memory, maybe the most traumatic, after which I've decided that, well, okay, I need to dive into the war and I need to stop that with all my force and everything that I have because I don't want any mother or father to hear the same from their child. Never. And that was the strongest memory, maybe, which still drives me because still I'm at war and doing my best to take my family back to Ukraine.
That's a very strong and heavy memory. I can imagine it stays with you deeply. Next, I want to know what was your part in the Ukraine defense so far? I know you joined as a medic and now you are a drone pilot. Can you tell us about this path?
since 2022 till March 2024, I was trying to join the army, by the way, because I've started my career in army. Okay, I've signed the contract, let it like that, because I don't count it as a career. I used to be a volunteer in 2023. In 2022, I was just going, in the occupied zones, helping people in there, taking civilians away if they wanted to leave, or bringing some humanitarian aid, bringing some aid to militaries. In 2023, in February, I went to Donbass and stayed there for almost a year. I'm doing lots of volunteer things, like mm, from starting from repairing roads for vocations and doing medical vocations as a volunteer. Uh, but after that, I've decided at last I found the opportunity to sign a contract, because I wanted a combat job. I wanted to be a combat medic. But as a woman, I'm not like super invited in a hard combat job. Don't know why. Maybe it was my fate. Till I found the right brigade I wanted to join. And yes, studied as a medic in a squadron, in a sniper squadron. Then moved to um, medical medical squadron is translated, I guess. Yeah, medical squadron, and became a nurse in the stabilization points and in hospitals. And then one day I've decided that I want to leave that brigade, join a new one. After a year of service in that particular brigade, decided that I want to change a little bit my work. And uh, I've met the commander of my entire squadron, in which I serve now. And he said, okay, we're searching for people, but we don't need medics. We need pilots. And I'm like, okay, but like, I want to be a medic. And he's like, have you ever tried to pilot a drone? And I was like, no. And he's like, okay, we will teach you. And that was like very strange switch, just like an idea that, okay, maybe that's what I need. Maybe that's what I need, because being a medic, it means that you help people who are already injured, and being a drone pilot means that you can prevent your people from being injured, and that's like the big difference. And I've decided that, yeah, let me try that, because actually it's a nice combat work. And I've started to train for 2 months, and then went to combat zone, and still in here, and love my job. To be honest, I really do love it. So that was a nice switch. I didn't know how it happened. It's just like, one meeting, one person who changed my life. My commander of the squadron.
How did it feel for you to be a drone pilot in the beginnings? Can you share some memories, some emotions, feelings you had from the first day as a drone pilot, from the first missions?
I was nervous. I was super nervous. I was like, my hands were shaking. I was I was so afraid to do a mistake, because I'm a perfectionist. So everything in my life has to be like, perfect. And it's not good for a drone pilot, because you can make mistakes and you can learn from mistakes. So first impression was that I had to work with my state within. I had to work with my ability to make mistakes and understand my mistakes, and stop doing those mistakes. So uh, after that, after several shifts, after several like situations where it was quite hard to pilot, and when I managed to do that, I was like, okay, so now I see I can. And oh, sorry, my dog is in here. And I was like, okay, I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I can proceed with my job, and um, I can learn more. And still, every time when I do something good, or even something bad, when I, for example, lose a drone, I count it as a good knowledge, as a good experience. And the best thing for me right now is that I can learn lots of technical things, and I have to solve different technical tasks to improve my work. And that's what I actually love, because you're not just piloting, you're not just flying drone. You can you can learn new things, learn new drones, learn new technical things, and that's maybe the best thing that I have in here.
I've done some search before the Toonie Tuesday about your brigade and particularly about your unit. And hopefully this interview here will reach people that don't know you yet and have not heard about your unit and brigade. What can you tell us about your unit, about the brigade, and especially the Riders Drone Squadron?
First of all, I need to tell about my squadron, because actually we are the one who who do the more job with drones in here. That is why I'm mostly attached to my squadron, um, doing my job for them. And here we have lots of pilots who pilot different types of drones, different types of vehicles. Let me call it like that, are specialists in different types of unmanned aerial systems. And to be honest, I'm impressed with my brothers and sisters in arms, because we have pilots who do reconnaissance work. We have pilots who fly FPVs, who fly those drones who those drones who catch heads. I don't know how to say it in English, but those who help us to cover the sky. Um, we have guys who are studying right now to pilot buggies, those vacation buggies, and we have lots of different technical decisions and and specialists for those decisions. And mm, to be honest, we're progressing. We're testing new things all the time. I love my squadron and my brigades also for letting us to experiment, with different types of drones, different approaches to our work, and that's maybe the best what they can give us, this freedom to understand what we can do more to push our limits in our work.
That sounds great. But I can imagine that much trust is needed between you and your teammates, as lives depend on decisions and on the work done by each single soldier.
Yeah, we're like kind of family, because we're all the time we're all together. And luckily, my brothers and sisters in arms, they're very open to each other. So if I need help, for example, I don't understand what the technical problem for some reason, and I cannot solve it, I can always ask my brothers and sisters in arms. They help. They give professional help. I can ask my commanders if I need to, for example, to solve some technical problem, and I don't have opportunity, like I need something, and equipment. And if they have an opportunity, they give it to us. Sometimes, of course, I have to ask for help from donors, just because I want to help, our pilots to get as much as possible, as fast as possible. But luckily, our squadron and our brigades are trying to help us to have the best equipment, or at least to know where to get it.
Let's look at the Toonie Tuesday we did together. You received help from the Toonie Tuesday community, and the Tuniacs managed to raise over 7,000 US dollar for your unit. Can you tell us what did it mean to you personally and to your unit? Has it already made a difference on the ground?
Yes, of course. Today I brought. Unfortunately, what we have ordered for those money that we have raised took time to get. Took time to get in here, and for now I've received like 317 triggers initiation boards for the FPV drones, and I'm opening the box right now because I took it like recently. Um, so these boxes here. I'm also waiting for very cool antennas and very cool cables, which will give me the opportunity to have more stable connection with the drone, so I can fly further. I can fly. I have. I can have more stable flights. But here it is, like the huge box for enormous amounts of money. But it will help us for several months, I guess. 4 months for sure. But I hope we'll like we will be all right for a month for sure. This like that's this small trigger which helps to uh, to initiate the explosion on FPV drones. It's made by Ukrainian supplier, made in Ukraine, but it's one of the best initiation boards that we have on the market. And this special supplier, this specific supplier, they make they program them specially for us, for our needs. So what's important because we can like work more precise on our aims and do our job better. So thank you very much because like this thing is very important. Soon I will report on antennas and cables which we're gonna have soon. Of course. Just waiting for them to come because cables I had to order them from abroad because I cannot find them in Ukraine. But I wanted to have the best option for my team. And antennas we also bought from Ukrainian supplier, and now they are preparing it for us, and it's gonna be a really really nice purchase, which will really help in the combat missions.
I've seen your invoices and the parts you ordered. Everything was done so quickly and transparent. This is actually our second project together. The first time we helped to raise funds for a medic evacuation drone, a buggy, how they call. And this time we did something totally different. What is a question you wish people would ask you more often? A question you are asked too little or people fail to see?
What people fail to see?
Or just what you wish people would ask?
How can we help? Because Toonie community is like a special force, a special force who helps. There are lots of people in Ukraine who still help, and they're with us. Lots of volunteers, but there is still a big, huge percentage of people in Ukraine and abroad. I'm not saying ignorant, but some people are still they don't believe that we're gonna win. They don't believe that being one special force together, we're gonna get this victory as soon as possible. So I wish there are more people who say that how can we help, because there is not only there can be different type of help, even like moral one. Uh, because when I come to big civil cities, for instance, when I have vacations, for instance, sometimes I have them. For me, it's a little bit even traumatic because some people still like they don't want to hear about war. They don't want to hear that it came from somewhere where I've seen like dead Ukrainians, and luckily dead Russians. I'm trying to do my best for. I'm not sure I can say it in YouTube, but well, you understand what I mean.
We'll decide later whether to include that part. We'll see.
Okay, we'll see. But anyway, yes, where you see like these combat actions, and some people don't want to hear that, and some people like just like I pay taxes, so what do you want from me? So yeah, I wish like more people ask how can we help, or even like how can we join Ukrainian army.
When you think about the future, after the war, after the victory, what kind of world or life you want to return to?
For sure, I know it's gonna be hard life for the first time because me specifically, I've lost my best friend, Mary Chris, at war. She was killed and in combat. And I've never been to her funeral because I was at work those days. I've never been to the graveyards, you know. I have never said goodbye to her. So after the victory, for sure, lots of people, including me, are gonna visit our brothers and sisters who we've lost, and it's gonna be like a very dramatic situation, very like traumatic situation, and lots of people will try to recover from losing their friends, their families, their beloved ones, and that's gonna be tough life because of economics, because of destruction that we have, but in my own mind, I'm staying quite positive on this future, even though we will have to go through very traumatic periods. Now, I'm sure we will recover from that. And what I want to see is the unification of Ukrainians themselves and the unification of Ukraine with um, friends from abroad, with other countries. And of course, I want to see the world where Ukraine is like on the level with the greatest countries of the world. Why I say that? Because I want my economy after the war to rise. I want my country after the war to rise, and to be like very good friend for others, and giving our best, because nowadays people from all over the world help us to win this war. So I want to pay back with like something good, you know, after the war, because we're very grateful. And me personally, I want to thank to everybody, but words are not enough. That is why I hope my country will make lots of actions to be a good partner for other countries recover and help other countries not to have such wars, of course.
You are not active on Shitter, where our community mainly is active. So if someone wants to find you, to support you or your unit, or to follow your work, where can they find you? Where can they donate to? Can you tell us? And I'll take the information from your answer and pin it in a comment below the video so it stays there, and hopefully it brings some benefit in the future. So
Thank you so much. You can find me on Instagram for sure. I'm trying to post this when I have time and opportunity to post. Of course, I'm trying to post my life as in military. I'm trying to tell what how things are going. I'm trying to report on all the fundraisings we have, and so my Instagram, my threads always open to you. I'm now I have link in bio, which I usually use to proceed with my fundraisings, where you can find all the opportunities to help my unit, because all the money that I fundraise, of course, are going to be spent on different equipment for drone pilots of my unit. And you can always visit that link. I'm now working on making kinds of subscription for those who are willing to help us like steadily. Of course, it won't be just like give me money and that's it. I'm working on making like a special presence for those who support, and yeah, because I want this communication to be like in both ways. I'm always open to answer any questions. So when you join my Instagram or threads, you can write me, you can talk to me, you can text, you can send me videos, voice messages, whatever you like. Ask any questions. I'm open to talk and to tell my story, because while I'm alive, you know, I want other people to know how is it going in Ukraine and how we fight and how we get this victory that we're gonna gain soon.
thank you very much, Kristina. Do you have a final message for our viewers and for the world out there?
Yeah, I have one. Do not lose hope, please, because some people do lose hope. They think that this war is gonna like never gonna end, or not gonna end how we want it to end. But please, guys, never lose hope, because when you support us, when you have this hope, when you have this love, and when you share it, when you share your support, then it drives us further and further in our opportunity to win. So please stay with us, believe in us, and everything's going to be fine, I promise.
That was Kristina, speaking from a frontline position in Ukraine. Her story reminds us what resilience truly means. The courage to adapt, to protect others, and to never give up hope. If you want to support Kristina and her unit, you'll find her Instagram page link and donation page link below in the pinned comment. This was the first Real Talk and many more are coming. Please comment below what or who you would like to see to hear here on Real Talk with me, and we maybe can make it happen. Thank you for watching and see you in the next Real Talk.